You're listening to Off the Vine with Kaitlyn Bristowe.
Hey, Vinos, real quick, if you are listening right now, which obviously you are or you wouldn't be hearing this, can you hit the subscribe or follow button on whatever platform you're on? Please. That one simple thing helps more than you even realize. It allows me to keep growing on this podcast and making these episodes the best they can possibly be, obviously for you. That's the only favor I'm going to ever ask, okay? It truly means the world to me. Thank you. Now let's get into it. Hey, everybody, welcome to Off the Vine. Nope, continuity.
I was going to say.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Off the Vine. I'm your host, Kaitlyn Bristowe, co-peanutting today.
Bailey Stanworth.
And you're wearing the same thing as the last week.
Yep, I know. I'm an outfit repeater.
It's this thing that we do where we batch podcasts together in one day and make it look like we do it over many weeks. But anyways, today we had Brianne Howey on the podcast.
I'm obsessed with her.
I might be gay for her.
Well, I love this for you. Welcome.
I'm more gay when I'm around you.
Honestly, I'm so happy that I can bring it out.
I'm like not gay, and then when I'm around you, I'm like, no, I'm definitely gay. Her energy was magnetic.
Yeah, she just walked and she was so lovely, so friendly, and just like I want to get a glass of wine with her.
Yeah, like she just seems like such a humble queen. Mm-hmm. We talk all about obviously the big show, Ginny and Georgia.
Yeah. Also, she's a Bravo girl, so I felt a connection.
I was out on that, but I need to get into it. I say it all the time.
I know. It's been like 10 years I've been trying to get you on the train.
Gosh, I absolutely loved our conversation with her. She was just such a delight.
There's so many good tidbits.
Yeah, so many good tidbits. Who knew that if she wasn't an actress, she wanted to be an organizer or a flight attendant? Anyways, we know you guys will love this conversation with Brianne, so here she is.
So I grew up here. Like my high school girlfriends would come over, full wine, cheese. Like Monday nights were everything.
Yeah.
Like that's all we would do.
Is watch Bachelor on Mondays?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was like that was our routine. Like me and my high school girlfriends. It was the best thing ever.
Oh my gosh. And now I watch you every night. I literally fell asleep to you last night. That's so crazy. So you're a Bravo girly though.
Love Bravo. I just did I keep calling it Mom Talk, but I know it's Mormon Secret
yeah.
Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I'm watching it all.
Yeah.
Like even Natalia Grace, like I love a good docu-series. Yeah.
Okay, wait, if you had to go on a reality TV show, what do you
I
want
couldn't. You guys, this is why I admire you so much. I could never do it.
Really?
I don't have thick enough skin.
I don't
I
either.
couldn't handle it. I don't like watching myself. Like, no.
What?
You guys bring us a gift that is so necessary. And it's true. I like appreciate all reality TV
But like if I had to go on one, I'm going on Below Deck.
Oh,
on a yacht.
that's my favorite
Yeah,
one.
okay.
Yeah, it would be Below Deck. But I know.
I need to watch. I need to get into Bravo.
It's so good.
I mean, I don't know why I'm not. I think I'm just like, I'll put on something reality, and I think maybe it is because I know too much behind the scenes, but I go, I need dark and twisty.
Yeah,
Like, give me a murder mystery. I like that more, or like a documentary.
Well, I think sometimes I like reality TV because then I'm not thinking about like what was the shot list or what was the direction or what did they work on before this or
So
blah, blah,
true.
blah. It's a nice distraction. But I also like the dark stuff too.
What about White Lotus? Were you a White Lotus
Of
guy?
course.
Well, I want you on White Lotus 4.
Wait, me too. Okay.
I think you could.
Okay, well, let's manifest it right
We're
here.
putting it out there.
There we go.
Hey,
you heard it here first. It
Yeah. We put it out. Will you pick it up? Thanks.
was a great season.
Oh my God.
I mean,
it
they're
was
all great.
Truly, second season was my favorite. But 3, I think, was deeper than we thought.
Yes. The
And I
finale
think-
surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in. But I'm a consumer. We love TV.
Yeah, I've realized I'm a consumer on TikTok. All my clothes.
TV or movies?
More TV.
Same.
More TV.
Oh, yes.
And I feel like that's a hot take though.
Is
I
it?
feel like a lot of people say movies, but I'm like, no, TV. Like,
And is it like streaming brought us back to TV
Yeah.
kind of? Because we just were like next.
Yeah,
next.
that's
I don't
so
know.
true. Okay, last reality question.
Okay.
If you had to go on The Bachelorette or The Bachelor,
Okay.
what would your limo entrance be?
Like my little joke when I got out of the
Yeah,
limo.
like what would you make a joke? Would you just be normal? Would
Oh
you
my
like
God. I would look. It's
come
I
in
would
on a
probably
prop?
try to be normal. No, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not built for reality TV. I'm not. I would try to be normal, and that's not fun.
Well, it's necessary though. I like the normal ones.
Every now and they're a little grounding.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Yes.
one in the cast, maybe one or two. They're good in the confessions, right? Because they're
Yeah.
really good storytellers. Like they tell it to you
Yes.
straight.
Yes.
But no, we want the drama. That's how we're watching.
It's true. I just want new drama.
Well, and that's why. Okay, then we'll be done. That's why
No, we
Below
could
Deck
vote.
is great because it is new with like all the new
Charter
guests,
guests,
the charter
yeah.
guests that come on every week.
But then you get
Yeah.
like the foundation of the staff, and they're like hooking up with each other.
They go out for party nights.
good.
They get fired all the time, hired and fired. There's new people.
But then there's like the adrenaline rushes of like sometimes there's high risk accidents with the boat and like
Some really scary things can happen. That's true.
It's a good
It could be
show.
stressful.
That's true. It's unpredictable.
Life.
That's fun.
I'm now a Below Deck ad.
I gotta have somebody from Below Deck on, but I have to watch the show first. That's amazing. Okay, so obviously you're blowing up on this Netflix show. You're so good in it.
Thank you so much.
We thought that accent was real.
Oh, good.
Your accent's so good.
We were like, I wonder if she really talks like that. And like, are you good at accents in general?
I would say no, truthfully. I am. Look, I like articulate a lot. I think I can be a little musical, like, which I think all these things lend themselves towards, in particular, the Southern accent.
Yeah.
And I think it's written so beautifully into the scripts.
Yeah.
Like I hear the accent in their writing. Like they write for Georgia so beautifully. But we had a dialect coach on set who helps.
That's so cool. I want one.
Yeah.
Because I live
For
in
what?
Nashville, I just want to like have a Southern accent.
Okay, wait, that's what I thought. So you don't live here?
No.
Okay.
I
We
live
just have Canadian accents.
I have like a mix of a like Canadian accent trying too hard to be Southern. Like I'll like throw in a y'all every once in a while just to test the waters and be like,
Do you ever hear any of our Canadian actors? Because we shoot in Toronto.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we shoot in Toronto.
Fun fact.
I love it. We love
this.
Canada.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love Toronto.
We love our
Too.
Canadians.
Oh my God, that's
Okay.
amazing. So you're
No,
doing,
I haven't heard the accents.
I haven't
in
either.
that.
Because everyone's good.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there you go. Imagine I called them out like that person. Yeah, they need to work on. They need to work on that. That's good. So where did you grow up?
I grew up here in Pasadena.
Oh,
Yeah. Or I grew up in La Cañada. No one knows where that is, so I say Pasadena. But like my
That's-
family's still all in and around there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you're living here right now?
Yeah, I'm on the west side.
Okay.
Oh my God, I have to ask what's your favorite thing to do in Toronto when you're there?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Cactus
Okay,
Club?
look. Oh,
do you like
I don't even know what that is.
Earls?
Oh yes, I've done.
Okay.
Of course, we've
Okay.
done Earls, and because
Okay.
is Earls also in
There's more
Vancouver,
Earls.
right?
Yeah, that's
across
where my-
from the like where
like
all the
11.
actors stay at the Sutton.
Packer.
What is it called?
No,
Sutton
the
Place,
Sutton
Sutton
Place.
Yeah.
Because they call
That
it
is
the
how.
Slutton Place.
So I worked at that Earl's.
No
and
way.
I served Jessica Alba. I served Brett Ratner.
Yeah,
I
that's
served Chris
amazing.
Kattan. I served Tom Cruise.
Yeah, what?
I served the Good
What?
Charlotte Boys. I served Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh my
Every
God.
single person that
Comes through
stayed
there.
comes through there. I served the twins who are now really big, but they were on Big Daddy and Friends. What are their names that now they're on
Oh,
the
the Sprouse twins.
Sprouse
Yeah,
twins?
Oh yes. Oh, how funny.
Yeah, it's that
My
is a
God,
whole
literally
thing.
everybody.
Literally
yeah,
everybody.
everyone stays at that hotel. So
Okay.
yes, I've done Earls. Every time someone comes to visit, we do Niagara Falls.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
of
course,
of
Well, the
course.
Canadian side's so good.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it
I
is
love
beautiful.
it.
Yeah. So how much time do you spend out there?
It's like 5 months.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
In the cold?
It's different every year. Like for season 1, I lived in Yorkville. Season 2, I
Love
did
Yorkville.
West Queen West.
Yeah.
And then now that I have my family and everybody comes out, we're on the east side. We're closer to the beaches.
Oh,
Okay, I have friends there.
Yeah.
Love, yeah.
It's the best. It's so walkable. And like to have like the most beautiful dog beach next to a kid park on the beach.
Yeah.
It was a dream come true.
Because do you have only one kid?
I have one, yes.
One, yeah. How old?
Actually, almost 2. She keeps saying 3 in June, which is not true. She's 2 in June, but she keeps telling everyone she's going to be 3 in June.
June what?
15th.
Oh, Gemini,
close.
19. I'm the
Yeah,
19.
wait. And I'm
Oh, you're
I'm a Gemini too.
Wait, and you're a proud Gemini.
It comes up a lot. Yes, I am.
I feel like it comes up a lot.
I feel left out now, but it's okay.
What are you?
Leo.
That's great though.
Thank
It
you.
comes up for me a lot
Fiery.
too, but mostly, especially when I'm around you.
Yeah,
it's when
we can't help but talk about star signs.
when other people are
Yes.
into it, I can't help but talk about
Yes.
it. Yeah.
I know your big three?
Well, so I was with Nate, who plays Zion yesterday.
Yeah.
He's really into astrology, and
yeah?
he's so good at reading charts, and he was doing mine a little bit. So I know my rising is Aries.
Okay.
And then, my sun is Gemini, and I
Yeah.
think my other one is probably a Capricorn, I think.
Ooh, I
Okay,
love
so more
Capricorns.
grounded.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
the, like,
Kind of like
Hardworking.
Gemini, Aries together. That's fun though. Spicy.
is.
yes.
Spicy and
Yes.
hardworking. I bet you're a 3 on the Enneagram too.
Ooh, I don't know.
I'll try.
I don't know.
We
but
like
that'd be
all the
cool.
quizzes and all the things.
I mean, I want to know these things. Like, if there's an app, send it my way.
Oh,
I'm
we've
into
got
it.
all the apps
Okay,
for
cool.
you. But
Thank
it's
you.
also, I mean, about how you're raised, who you
Of
are as a
100%,
person.
of course.
And I know that you were raised by a single mom.
Yes,
That is,
that's
I
right.
always like bow down to single moms. And you're the oldest out of what, 5 siblings?
Yeah. Yeah. My parents remarried and had more. But yeah, there's a lot of us, and we have big age gaps, and they're my whole world. And like they were definitely my intro into approaching Georgia, because they were the closest thing I had to like feeling maternal in a way.
Right.
Because that is how, and I still feel that way about them. I'm so proud of them all the time.
Aw, I was going to ask how that like shaped the dynamic of your character, but that makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
That's cool. You also went to, this is a fun fact, all girls Catholic school.
Yes, I did.
Oh man, I went to a Catholic school my whole life.
You did?
Not all girls though.
Oh, okay.
Were you like a good girl growing up, or were
I
you like
was.
you were?
Well,
Did
look.
you ever go through a rebellious phase?
It was like I kind of had the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Of course, I was a little rebellious and did things I shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah.
But because my mom was a single mom and she was kind of like good cop and bad cop, my mom was kind of, and this is a little bit Georgia of her, my mom was like, as long as your grades are good, I don't care. Like, you
nice.
just have to have really good grades.
Ah.
So as long as I kept my grades up, I had a kind of a long leash, and she trusted me. But of course, I got into trouble. Yes.
But that's kind of nice to have a long leash. I had a very short leash.
And then, yeah.
Well, it was longer than what my sister, because I'm the youngest.
Okay.
So the oldest, I feel like.
had the tightest. Probably.
Yes. So I'm.
Oh, so you had the longest though compared to.
I really
Yeah,
did.
Yeah.
I really did. But and the 5 siblings are from a blended family?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Is there an age gap? Because you're the oldest, you were saying?
Yeah, like my sister and I, we have the same mom and dad. We're only 5 years apart. But then it starts jumping like, well, now they're like, my other siblings are 22, 20, and 18.
Oh, are they into acting at all?
All very athletic.
Really?
Nothing in the arts, yeah. Very, and like crazy good. Like very talented. Like playing D1 colleges,
Wow.
continuing on, like full rides, yeah.
That's cool.
It's completely skipped me. I don't know. It's like insane I'm related to them.
Yeah, but I feel like, okay, no, this is more rock stars. Rock stars always want to be athletes, and athletes always want to be rock stars. I feel like we always, if you could pick another career, if you weren't going to be, didn't you want to be a flight attendant?
Like when I was little, yes. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
And there was that there's that Gwyneth Paltrow movie. Is it Up in the Air?
No.
No, that's
What was that
the
called?
George Clooney one.
Oh yeah, no.
But I
It
know
was
what
like
you're
Up in
talking about,
or-
and I loved that.
And Christina Applegate, right? Like
Yes.
I just remember seeing that movie, and it was everything. What was it called?
Please look it up. I just went on Christina Applegate's podcast and fell so much more in love with her than I ever thought I could.
Oh, that's amazing.
Her and Jamie Lynn Sigler, is that how you say her last name?
so.
View from the top.
View from the top. Great movie.
Oh my gosh, I just love them so much. But that's, yeah. So
fun.
because
And we traveled a lot when I was little. I don't know. It
Yeah.
just, I was like, I want to be a flight attendant.
And then what switched into acting career?
Well, basically, my mom was like, "You need to be able to take care of yourself and have a nice life. So no, you need to like go and you need to go to college and end up in business." And I was like, I don't think that's what I want to do. Like, I think I want to be an actor. So she was like, "Look, let's go." We toured NYU when I was in junior high. I fell in love with it, and a bunch of other colleges too. But I fell in love the most with NYU and their acting department. And I thought, if I can get into Tisch, then this is meant to be, and I'll pursue this. And if I don't get into Tisch, then sayonara, and that's it. And then I got into Tisch.
Wow.
And so I did Tisch. And like before that, I had just done plays in school, and I did a lot of plays in school. But I didn't know it was going to be my thing. So it was really, there was a lot of pressure on me to find my thing, right?
Yeah.
Throughout high school, and especially going to like an all-girls
Yeah.
Catholic school, it was all about, I feel like we were from the age where it was like college was the pinnacle of everything, and there was so much pressure. So it was more about trying to find, like my mom sent me to every camp, like every sports camp possible. I did all the UCLA, like volleyball, tennis, swimming. I was so bad, didn't make any teams, not meant to be. Then I finally auditioned for the improv team in high school. I made that team, and I was like, oh, these are my people. Like I'm a thespian, I guess.
Here we love improv. I was like a theater kid in my high school. In fact, I was the fiddler on the roof.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I fell off the roof too. I did. It was so embarrassing. That was my first. So my podcast started 8 years ago, and I always make people do a confession at the end of every podcast. And my confession, my very first podcast, was how embarrassing it was that when I was the fiddler on the roof, the lights came on too early, and I was still climbing up onto the roof, and like had like one leg up and like was falling off the roof.
I can truly picture your facial expression.
I need to see this.
And I was dressed as a little paper boy.
So cute.
Or was I? Yeah. And then I finally got up on the roof and everybody's laughing. And then I had to go, and then the band started playing. Nee, 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 nee. And I was just faking the fiddle. And I'm like, can hear my friends laughing. And I'm like, ah! It was so embarrassing. And same play, a boy that I liked was there watching. Same play. I was one of the townspeople too, because I was just so talented. They put me in as a townsperson as well as the fiddler. And I was running across the stage to get out. It was a big fight scene was breaking out, and I was running across the stage, and I wanted to stay on the stage longer because my crush was in the audience, but I got in the way, and my feet came out from under me, and I just did a nosedive on stage. And then I got up, and I was mortified, and my girlfriend was in the wing going, just come here. And then I tripped again into the wing. It just kept getting worse. Yeah, it was so bad.
So if you need a talented actress for season 3.
Yeah.
Or like a stunt woman. Maybe you need to go into stunts. I don't know.
I honestly would please put me in a third season of stunt. I want to be just like the comedic relief for people to just be like,
you should.
I don't know. I actually would love to do acting. I used to love improv classes like back in the day when I was in high school.
I bet you'd have a lot of fun.
I would have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I have the drive the way that you guys have. The work hours and the time.
It's very repetitive and long.
I don't think people give you guys enough credit.
Like my husband will come to set and like you start with the wide and like you do the wide a couple of times, and after like 2 or 3 times doing the wide, he's like, so are you done?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's only the wide shot. And then we got to go in
so
for,
many different
for a
angles.
medium shot, and then we needed actually the people's faces.
Yeah.
And it's each one at a time. And it's
and then you have to keep the continuity for certain things.
That's tricky.
So, why in shows do they never have anything in the cups?
Because, well, sometimes they do, but it's never what you want it. Like if they're drinking like wine, it's like weird juice or something, or like dyed tea or something. I don't know. It could just be it's all happening so fast, or you got to keep refilling it too. And
it's just on Grey's Anatomy. I always notice. I'm like, they
look
walking around the cup
Yeah.
like this. And I'm like, there's clearly nothing in there.
Yeah.
And the slurping noises, I'm like, come on. I didn't know what that was about. I have so many questions. Like, what is like a hilarious blooper from behind the scenes during is there any serious moments and then you just burst out laughing? I like bloopers.
I mean, it depends how tense it is. Like, what's, how behind are we this day? What's the morale like?
True.
What's happening? But no, it's a lot of fun. I remember, there was one really serious scene for Ginny and Georgia where, Georgia bursts into Ginny's room as per usual.
Yeah.
And it doesn't start out as a serious scene, but it ends serious as per usual. But it starts out big, and I burst into her room, and I jumped on her bed, and I knocked the cameraman off the bed, and he fell onto the lamp, and then all the lamps shattered.
Oh, no.
And we didn't know if we had more of the lamps because of continuity, so that was a big thing.
Right.
But Tony made me feel better, and she was like, this actually happened in my room in a different scene. Like, it's okay, this has happened before.
Oh, my gosh.
But yeah, there's plenty of time to goof around.
I feel like that I'm just so bad under pressure. I did one commercial. What was it for? Oceans... what was the one with the women? Oceans...
It was
11 or
the
something,
most recent
8
one.
Oceans
I know,
8.
right?
13. Nope.
13. 13?
I was going to say, I think it's high. It's a single digit.
It's Ocean's 8.
No, they're 8. Okay.
I thought there was like a screen behind me or something. I was like, what?
Ocean's 8. I did a commercial for with a bunch of the girls from The Bachelorette.
So fun.
And I got the giggles so hard.
Did you?
And they were getting annoyed at me, of course, because it's like people are on the clock.
Right.
We have things to do.
Right.
People want to break and eat. Like you're ruining everybody's time. And I'm just sitting there I'm talking had to get makeup redone because tears are streaming out of my
God.
Because when I'm under that much pressure, I just start laughing.
Look, it's also we can't take ourselves so seriously, and that's a beautiful thing. I
That's
think
true.
that's so important.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just a goosey gal. I'm just a silly goose. I just be goosing around. I know. Skincare can feel like a lot, sometimes very overwhelming. There's always something new to try, and it's easy to get overwhelmed with all the options out there. But here is the thing. Dime Beauty makes it simple. They've got a full range of skincare, beauty, body care, fragrance products that help you feel your best without all the fuss. So it's all about keeping things easy, effective, and of course, feeling great in your skin. Now, I'm going to shout out my personal favorite, the Tinted Glow Wonder Screen SPF 30. It gives my skin a glowy little finish while protecting it with SPF. It's actually become my go-to for no makeup days when I still want to feel put together because it's so nice and light and dewy and glowy and obviously protecting. And it's also perfect for the warmer days that are approaching. All Dime's products are made with clean ingredients. They come in sustainable packaging, which I really appreciate. Plus, they've got thousands of 5-star reviews for a reason. So if you're ready to give your skincare routine a refresh, head to dimebeautyco.com. That's dimebeautyco.com. dimebeautyco.com. Okay, you guys probably know my bestie. Well, of course, you know my bestie Kat at this point. She works at a skincare clinic. She's on her feet all day long, constantly moving, but still somehow always looks so cute and put together doing it. And I found out her secret. She shared it with me. She wears Figs scrubs. Now, I remember the first time she showed up in a new set, it was super tailored, this really cute pink color, sleek, functional. I was like, what are these scrubs? And if you're in healthcare, you probably already know about Figs. And if you don't, let me just say they're made for the real MVPs. They are lightweight, they are breathable, stretchy, antimicrobial, designed to keep up with long shifts, back-to-back patients, and everything in between. And the fit is just so good. I actually put her set on because I did a little skit this one time on Instagram, and I was like, wait, I want to live in these. These aren't just those like stiff, boxy scrubs from the past. They come in super cute styles, colors, pockets, anything with a pocket, zippers, and details that actually make sense for your day. So whether you're in the ER, at a clinic, grabbing a coffee post-shift, do it in Figs. Right now, if you go to wearfigs.com and use the code FIGSRX, you can get 15% off your first order. That's wearfigs.com, promo code FIGSRX. What was like your aha moment when you were like, I'm an actress or an actor? Do we say actress anymore?
Okay, I like saying actor.
Yeah,
I say actor.
Okay.
But like obviously I'm also an actress, so I don't know. It's
whatever.
like waiter, waitress.
True.
I don't know.
Whatever you want.
Artist.
Yeah.
But it should. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, what was the aha moment for you where you're like, I'm doing it. I'm here. I've arrived.
Gosh, I don't know that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that you ever feel so
Really?
secure. It's a crazy industry, and I think it always feels. I mean, look, getting to have 4 seasons of this show has been like the biggest privilege and not something I've ever gotten to experience. So definitely that. It's a wonderful feeling, and it allows you to explore so much and get so close with the cast, and it's just the best.
Well, it is a stressful industry, and I mean, I just can't even. It's like It's like an athlete. It's like a singer. 0.01% of people make it in that world.
Yeah.
So, was there ever a time in your journey that you felt like giving up, and that you're like, maybe this isn't my path?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, it's not a very linear industry, and it's more about. Look, I'm a pretty big feelings person, and I can get in my head about all kinds of things. So I think I just rely pretty heavily on my support system and my friends and my family to kind of remind me that it is just a bubble, and you can't take yourself so seriously. And there's really no one path. And I never could have imagined that Ginny and Georgia would have turned into what Ginny and Georgia has turned into. So if I look at that, then I can be really excited about the future and about like I don't know what's on the other side of this, but
I do. Season 4 White Lotus. I do. I just always like to know people's like, not to like bring up a rock bottom, but I like to know how people come out of their rock bottoms. Like if there was a moment for you where you were like, this is my low, and then in hindsight looking back being like, oh my God, it directed me into the right.
I mean, I was devastated. The show I was on before this, when it got canceled, I was devastated.
What one was that?
It was The Passage. It was based off this trilogy of books. We shot it in Atlanta. It was a vampire show, but the most beautiful writing and the coolest cast, and it was just, I don't know, everyone, I felt like we were making something so special, and it was so special.
Yeah.
But a lot changed behind the scenes it was on Fox, and a lot of things were changing, and anyway, it got canceled. I was so sad.
Yeah.
And then a couple weeks later, I auditioned for Ginny and Georgia.
Oh, okay. Because weren't you the last person to audition?
I was like it was like 11th hour. Yeah. Which I highly recommend being the final person.
You do? I was going to say, was that
think
like
so.
Okay, tell me why.
I think because by then, look, I think a lot of times, and this isn't right or wrong, but I don't know that everybody knows what they want. I think sometimes people just know what they don't want.
Yeah.
So I don't always think being the first one in line is always the best idea, because everything is a collaboration. Everything is a process. And they had Tony. Tony was already going to be Ginny. So that was a huge piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was in my favor in a way that I kind of snuck in at the end.
Oh,
I love that.
Yeah, I got too. I remember auditioning for. I find auditions so intimidating.
Yeah, of course.
Like maybe once you're used to it and you are an actor, so like this is part of your job. I wasn't trying to be an actor. My girlfriend was an agent in Vancouver and would just throw me in for like commercials, and I would be like, I am like so embarrassed because they make you do the weirdest shit sometimes.
Especially commercially. I feel like I was actually just having this conversation.
Really?
Because commercials are, I don't know, it's different. You don't have the material in advance, and it's a lot of like, sometimes you go in there and they're like, can you like dance sexy but then eat this chicken sandwich or something?
Yes.
And you're like, Yes, I can.
Yeah, I sure
yes, I can.
I
And
sure
watch
can.
me do this while I'm so uncomfortable on the
You're like, I do it
inside.
every
But I'm
day.
going to try to sell this.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like the weirdest thing I ever. They were like, "Tell me a joke and make 3 funny faces," and I was like,
yeah. You can feel like a clown a little bit, which
"I feel like an idiot."
yeah. Sometimes it's being an actor a little bit. You got to put yourself out there and be silly.
Yeah,
and
I feel like they already know what they want sometimes for commercials too. You know what I mean? Like they're like, you walk in and they're like, "Oh, let's just make this bitch do a funny face." Like she's out
kind
here.
of because commercials it's a shorter amount of time, right? You have like 30 seconds or a minute, so I feel like how you look tells more of the story.
Yeah.
So it matters more in a way.
Yeah.
Like it's more type.
Yeah.
Whereas
Makes
in
sense.
like TV and film, you have a little more time to like justify yourself or explain yourself, or you don't have to be the most obvious type for it.
And tell me about this obsession you have with organizing.
Oh my gosh.
I thought you were about to say orgasm.
Tell me about your orgasm.
I was like, we're going deep. Okay.
You know me, I just switch gears like I
was like, what a segue.
So anyways, vibrators. What
Organizing them. No. I think it's good for my mental health. It like really, I'm one of those people. It like helps me if I'm feeling
There's Virgo
stressed
in the chart for sure.
Yeah.
if I'm stressed or nervous, a good clean, like organizing my closet. And look, a lot of this too was pre-baby. I like every drawer, the inside of every drawer was beautiful.
Wow.
But it felt good. Like I loved the act of doing it. I don't have as much time now. No.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I am the worst organizer in the world. I just hire people to
And that's great too.
organize.
Like I love a clean environment,
Yes.
and it definitely makes
same.
the biggest difference. But like the last thing that makes me feel good is cleaning.
Oh,
I don't
organizing.
know. I'll come over. I'm your girl.
Please.
I'll do it. Like to have a podcast on or something on in the background and to like sift and sort.
But I
and throw
don't know
something
how
away. I
to
don't know.
organize. Like, what is your tip? If you could give somebody a tip for organizing, like, I get so
Us
overwhelmed.
ADHDers who pull out one thing and then start like unpacking and just sit there with like
I go,
our
Well, like you want your everyday stuff like in the top drawers, you know? And then I have like a travel drawer because I feel like I travel a lot. So like all the travel size stuff is helpful. I used to work at Agent Provocateur and we folded the underwear in a very specific way. And I still have kind of an obsession with folding it the same way we did at work.
give us like I know this isn't a visual. Well, YouTube is. Go to YouTube.
Yeah, it's
us
not,
the
and it's
visual.
nothing fancy, but I just did it for so long that
But, like,
now
how do
I
you do it?
naturally, like you fold it in, like you take the side, you lay it out, you take the sides in, then you take the bottom up, but then you got to tuck the bottom all the way in. So it's like a
like you're
little
almost like a-
bundle. Yes, and then
Okay.
flip it over.
you guys, a memory just unlocked for me.
Tell us.
I sat on a copywriter in underwear for an Agent Provocateur photo shoot.
That's like the most on-brand Agent Provocateur photo shoot, it sounds like to me.
Like, they, found me at Earl's, and they were like, will you sit on a copywriter with your ass cheeks?
Was it fun? You probably wore the most beautiful outfit. And by outfit, I mean lingerie.
Yeah.
All I
obviously.
had to do is sit on a copywriting machine, and they printed out
Oh,
pictures
I
of my
thought
ass.
you meant a copywriter. Like I'm thinking like Mad Men. Like they had a man in an office, and you
I
were, like,
was too
sitting on
until
his
she
lap.
said,
"Oh, okay, okay."
No. It was their flyer. It was their flyer they put out for like.
Someone find this photo shoot, please.
It was like I want to say 2006.
You look
Oh my
like 17
gosh.
lives, I swear.
It's the fact that I didn't remember that till you just said that. That
You
is
really
weird.
buried that.
I really buried that one. Well, because I was like, this is kind of well, that and not that. No, I don't yuck people's yum. If that's up your alley, that's cool. I was a go-go dancer.
Whoa.
At one point, and I remember go-go dancing at this club, and I was a cheerleader at the time too, so they would hire the cheerleaders to be a go-go dancer, and I remember a guy just slipping me a $5 bill at my feet, and I was like, I think I'm done here. I think I'm done here.
What?
Yeah,
Sir.
sir, at least a 20. For this.
yeah.
$5?
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Okay, Father's Day. It's coming up fast, and let's be real with ourselves. Shopping for dads, it's just never easy. My dad is one of those classic, I don't need anything, Kate, don't get me anything. He's that kind of guy, which if you've been there, you know how frustrating that can be. I mean, I know it's a sweet, sweet thing and he really means it, but I want to get you something good. I just don't want to get you another mug that says best dad ever. You know? This year especially, I've decided to go all out on Father's Day, and thankfully, Macy's came through with a full-on gift guide that made the whole thing just so much easier. So let me walk you through what I actually ended up getting him, because I feel like sometimes you just need to hear what someone else got to feel inspired, right? I mean, I got inspired just by going on the website. But first up, the Out Sunny Patio Cooler Cart. Okay, it's a 104 quart rolling cooler. Honestly, it's so cool. No pun intended. Between my dad and my stepmom and my sister, there's a lot of nieces and nephews. We always love to have people over, hang out in the backyard, and this thing is perfect for summer barbecues. It's so sleek, holds a ton, it rolls, which for a man who refuses to make 2 trips from the fridge to the patio, it's a game changer. I'm weirdly excited for him to open that one. I just feel like he's going to love it. You can put all the kids' like drinks and snacks and sodas and everything in there. And then I went fragrance shopping. I'm just a big scent girl. Okay, I love when someone smells good. And if you remember, I just got my mom a perfume set for Mother's Day. So I thought, hey, maybe I'll get the men's version for my dad. Even though my parents are divorced, still don't want to talk about it. I figured if she loved it, chances are he will too. It's clean, fresh, honestly smells expensive in the best way. Even though I think my dad has had the same smell since I was little, we're ready to change it up. I've decided. Then I wanted to get him something useful for travel. When my dad is on the go, he's one of those people who still prefers a paper boarding pass and then shows up at the airport 4 hours early just in case, which we love him for it. So I got him the Samsonite Silhouette 18 travel backpack. It is sleek, has all the compartments, and it might be the subtle nudge that he needs to come visit me more in Nashville. Like, hey, Dad. Here's a backpack. Now book your flight and come see me. He does come see me a lot, but I really miss him, especially for Father's Day. And then finally, for the gift that I think he's going to lose his mind over, maybe, is the Bose Quiet Comfort wireless headphones. Yes, these things are noise canceling, and I just feel like every dad secretly dreams of these but wouldn't treat themselves to them, you know? Whether it's for flights, watching YouTube without being interrupted, or just tuning out chaos in the house. I know my dad also works out. They're basically dad gold. So if you're shopping for your own dad or a father figure, or honestly just any guy in your life who's impossible to shop for, Macy's has a ton of options across every price point. Some of the big brands that stood out to me while browsing were Calvin Klein, Levi's, Tommy Hilfiger, and Lacoste. So if your dad is into polos or needs a fresh pair of shorts or sneakers or whatever, you're literally covered. There's also so much good stuff if your dad is sporty, like Fanatics gear for the diehard fans, activewear from Finish Line. There's also barware sets, grilling gadgets, coffee gifts. Ooh, my dad loves a coffee. Even Lego sets. Hey, you're never too old for Lego. Am I right? Am I right? And I'll just say this, if you're short on time or maybe ideas, you really cannot go wrong with a fragrance gift set. I honestly believe that. They feel elevated, they feel thoughtful, but they're also kind of a classic move. Macy's has amazing ones from Armani, Rabanne, Gucci, Coach, and more. Plus, they usually come in really nice packaging that looks like you spent way more time shopping than you actually did. All right, that is my little Macy's gift haul idea for you. You can shop the Father's Day gift guide right now at Macys.com, or just pop into a store if you want to see everything in person. Either way, definitely don't wait too long. Father's Day really does sneak up on you real quick, and the best stuff always goes quick as well.
Was there someone early in your career, whether like a teacher or a mentor or someone or a friend, who believed you needed to be in this world?
I mean,
Like they believed in you.
Yeah. I mean, Mr. Bomarito, my high school theater director and improv coach.
Yeah.
Because I initially did start out in the improv world. He was the one who was like, Brianne, you should audition for the plays.
Yeah.
And then when I started auditioning for the plays, then I did, then our senior year of high school, I was Alice in Alice in Wonderland.
Cool.
Yes, thank you so much. And he was the one, it was after that performance where he was like, you know, I think you could really give this a go.
Yeah.
He was like, a lot of my friends came and they're in the industry and they think that this could be a very real future for you. And I think that probably gave me the confidence to try out for NYU.
Yeah. That's so crazy because how old are you?
I'm 35.
Oh, you're 35.
Yeah.
1990?
89.
I'm just trying to think because I'm like, usually people move to LA. You have to do this grind to get in.
Yeah.
But you grew up in the area.
Yeah. But it didn't feel
Yeah.
industry-y at all. Like Pasadena
Yeah.
was far enough removed. No one in my family was really in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Like none of my friends were. Like, literally, it was watching Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen movies, being like, that's cool.
The best.
Yeah. But still not even knowing it was like a job. Like, I just
Yeah.
thought they were special, maybe. That
they
they
are.
got to do. And you're right, they are.
They are
They're very special.
I love them so much.
Truly.
That's so funny. Okay, let's talk about Ginny and Georgia because I put it on yesterday and like it's such an easy, fun, good watch. Like I left it on for ramen when I went to dinner too, and I came back and I was like, "Oh, now I got to rewind because ramen."
No wonder he was
watching
barking
it.
at me so much. He's mad at Georgia. He didn't like what he saw. Yeah.
He like recognized you, and he was like,
"How could you do that?"
Yeah, this bitch.
Yeah. I don't blame him.
That's
It's a wild season.
It's so like it must have been so fun
Yeah.
to like if you could make a dream role for yourself. I feel like I don't know this. You tell me, but I feel like that would have been it because you did it so well.
I don't know. Like, I often think about, like, what on earth? Who could I play after playing Georgia that could
Right.
fulfill? Like, Georgia takes up so much space in the whole world, and she's so. I mean, there's nobody like Georgia, and
Yeah.
she's so powerful, and
Yeah.
she's a rock star. And yes, I don't know.
What
Yeah.
were your first thoughts when you read the script and about her?
It was when she tells her son to punch the kid, and then she squeezes his nose, and I was like, "What? Who wrote this?
You're like, I get to do
How did they get away with writing this?
yeah.
And how do we pull this off?
Yeah.
And let me throw my hat in the ring
Yeah.
and see what we could do here."
I like the it wasn't me scene. He doesn't know what it means. It's about people doing it on the counter and getting caught. That's so funny. Yeah, I guess like what is your favorite part about playing Georgia?
Oh my gosh. I mean, so many. I love her love for her kids. Like that
Yeah.
was my easiest way in. That's very much on the surface of my life and on the surface of Georgia's life. So that's super easy.
Yeah.
And then it's also fun because it's so hard. Like she
Yeah.
pushes me to my limits. Like Georgia's a completely different person with all of the men in her life. She has a totally different mask on. She talks very fast, very loud with a lot of intention. And she's, Georgia feels like she's the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
And she's 9 steps ahead of everybody. And all of that is pretty fun to play, to be honest.
bet.
Yeah.
I bet. If I was to play like a specific role, I feel like it'd be easiest to play myself because I could do that. But I would want to do something dark.
Yeah. Like being the hero isn't like being the picture perfect hero. I don't think is as much fun as being maybe the villain.
I want to be the villain.
Yeah.
I would totally want to
Like
be the
my
villain.
grandma always had a really hard time that I would do like I did the vampire show or
Yeah,
I worked
yeah.
on this show called The Exorcist. My grandma was very Catholic. Had a really hard time with this. Like she was like, "Why do you look like that? And why are you being evil? And can you please just look pretty and get the guy in the end?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
All girls Catholic school to the Exorcist.
yeah. And I was like, "No, grandma, I cannot because that's boring and I don't want to go do that."
And you're like, and that ain't me.
Yeah.
I'm playing a character, by the
Exactly.
way.
She was like, "Please, please." Yeah, she struggled. My grandma is no longer with us.
Aw.
But she did watch season 1 and was very confused.
What was her name?
Tony,
my
I
gosh,
know.
wow.
Isn't that weird?
What?
Yeah. Well, so her real name was Mary Ellen, last name Antoniak, but everyone called her Tony because her maiden name was Antoniak.
Oh, I love that.
I know. So I grew up with my grandma being named Tony, and then now
I love the universe.
my TV
Thanks.
daughter.
That's really crazy.
Yeah, I know. So it actually meant I couldn't name my kid because I liked that name.
Oh, yeah.
I love
But I was
that
like,
name.
I can't name my daughter Tony because my co-star is Tony.
Do you get recognized like very often?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's like the craziest fan interactive or like the most memorable one?
This is kind of an earlier on one, but it was someone coming to our house to sell some chocolates for their school. And
So
it was the
wholesome.
sweetest girl. Yeah. And we were actually walking, we were getting in our car at the time, but we still wanted to buy the chocolate. So I don't know, I was like, of course. So we were leaving and she was coming in, but as we made eye contact, she dropped everything.
Really?
And was so shocked. And I think because it was one of the early on ones, it's always really stuck with me and meant so much and felt pretty special.
That's really cute.
Yeah. There was also one guy, I've talked about this one before, but when my husband and I were on our honeymoon, we were in Berlin and there was a marathon and we were watching the marathon and a man got out of the marathon to come and say hi. And,
Wow,
and
he
get a
ruined
quick
his
picture.
time for you.
I know.
Wow.
That's
so
amazing.
again, that also has really, really
Yeah.
stuck with me.
You went to Berlin for your
Isn't
honeymoon?
that cool? We did Amsterdam, Paris, Berlin. And it was like
Cool.
a year and a half after we got married because of
Yeah.
COVID and then the show.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like a very delayed honeymoon.
Yeah.
But it was epic.
How long have you and your husband been together?
Like we've been together for 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah, a long
And
time.
he's a lawyer.
He is.
So he's not in the biz,
No.
but he could probably help you with a lot of your
He,
contracts.
I almost wish he was an entertainment lawyer because like
Yeah.
we'd save a little money.
Oh, true.
But I really like our separation of church and state. I think I love it. It works for us, so it's great. But he's very savvy. Like he's a real numbers guy, which I'm not.
Yeah.
So that's
What's his sign?
he's a Taurus.
He's a Taurus.
Yeah.
Taurus man. I don't know anything about that. How did you guys meet?
We met the old-fashioned way, literally out and about. So we both went to college in New York. I went to NYU. He went to New School. We never met then. Both moved back to LA at the same time. He moved back to LA to take the bar because he was going to law school, and I moved back because I was done with school and was, living my life.
Yeah.
I was going out with a bunch of New York people, basically, that I had met in New York, but we were back in LA, and it turned out they were all his friends. And then when he was done taking the bar, he reemerged, and then I was kind of with this group that I don't normally hang out with. And we have been together ever since then.
Wow.
Yeah. We ran into each other 4 nights in a row, like out and about. And then when it came time to do our vows, he said in the vows that the last 2 times we met weren't on accident, that he was like called around and was like, where is she? But I thought this whole time it was all, serendipity.
Adorable.
Oh my God, but it was so calculated.
It's so cute. Yes, very much so, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
What do you think, like, the biggest, 9 years is a long time.
It is.
People say there's a 7-year itch.
Yeah.
Relationships are hard. What do you think it is about you two that you make it work?
Look, I think I often wonder. I've traveled a lot for work
Yeah.
ever since the day that we met. I seem to never shoot in LA. Would love to change that, but I don't know. I never work at home. So
you miss each
distance,
other.
yes, distance has always been a part of our relationship, unfortunately. And I don't know. I don't know if that makes you have to work at it a little bit more, or it maybe makes you more patient with each other, or it just makes you miss them, or
All of it.
yeah, maybe a little bit of all of the above. And that he's not in this industry, I think, for me.
Yes.
helpful.
I totally understand that. I always say this about distance with relationships is that you have your time together is so intentional.
Yes.
Which is always special. And
Absolutely.
And of course, you have a little baby.
Yeah, and then now exactly.
And
Now we've
so-
sealed the deal.
Oh my gosh. What is how has parenting changed your relationship?
It's so hard.
Yeah. I mean, nobody has ever said it's easy.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Yeah.
It changes everything. But that's like he's really good at making sure we still do date nights. Like
Yeah.
I'm not as good about that.
Yeah.
I would let them fall by the wayside, and
Yeah.
he doesn't. He's really good about it. And
That's
like I hate being away from our daughter, and he's like, it's very healthy, and
Yeah.
we have to do this for us and for her.
Yeah.
And he's just a really amazing grounding person in our lives.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was there anything about motherhood that like nobody could have ever prepared you for that
yeah.
like
The big
rocked your world?
WTF
Yeah.
moment.
It's the most cliche one, and no one escapes it, and everybody talks about it, but you can't prepare for it. You're being pulled in so many different directions as being a working mom.
Yeah.
It's like gravity. Like your heart is just physically you're being pulled, and
Yeah.
I want to go to work. I love what I do. I'm so grateful I get to do what I do, but it's so hard to be away from her.
Well, I can't even imagine.
I'm like my dog. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
And it started there.
Yeah.
Like that's how I felt about Bodhi. I know, poor guy. He's so jealous. It's so hard. it's so hard
Sweet
for him.
baby. What did you say the mix is?
Australian Shepherd Pit Mix.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
God, I love dogs.
I know.
He's the best.
And Bodhi. That's a cute.
Yeah.
Okay, you know those party nights where you really want to join the party but not necessarily drink at the party? I know a lot of people are skipping the cocktails and reaching for Soul's out of office gummies instead. I love them. They give me that fun light buzz without having a hangover or regrets. Or the 3 a.m. McDonald's order. That is classic KB right there. Soul is a wellness brand that makes hemp-derived THC and CBD products that actually taste amazing and make you feel good. Their out-of-office gummies are designed to give you a mild yet relaxing buzz, boost your mood, and even spark a little creativity. Perfect for a night out, girls' night in, or just vibing in through your inbox. Been there. You can pick your vibe too. They come in 4 different strengths, from microdose to let's cancel plans and watch TV. And of course, they're made from organically farmed USA grown hemp, plus they're vegan, gluten-free, and low in sugar. Oh, and their new out-of-office beverage. So refreshing and the ultimate summer sip. No alcohol, just chill. So if you're ready to feel good without the drama, head to getsoul.com and use code VINE for 30% off your entire order. That's getsoul.com. Soul is spelled SOUL, promo code VINE. All right, I know this feeling. My backyard went from blah to bring on the rosé and the playlists and the friends and the family. Literally me, after I got all my new outdoor dining sets from Wayfair, changed my whole summer vibe. I found this gorgeous wood and metal table that fits all my friends actually, looking like it came out of a magazine. And yes, free delivery, always, even for something that big. I do this all the time. I'm just all about making my space feel like a place I actually want to spend time in. And Wayfair made it so easy. I even grabbed a couple of cute planters, some cozy cushions to finish the look, and everything was just super affordable, whether you're into lounging or grilling or creating a cute little reading corner under an umbrella. They have everything you need. Wayfair literally has it all. From hot tubs and pergolas to outdoor bars and bistro lights. I was even surprised how much style variety they had. So no matter your space or your budget, they've got something to make your outdoor setup feel like an absolute dream. So don't wait. Make your outdoor space your dream oasis today with Wayfair and enjoy it all summer long. Head to wayfair.com right now. Shop a huge outdoor selection. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Does being a mom change the way you approach acting?
I mean, she's still so little.
Yeah.
But honestly, it like made me, I feel like I almost like agree with Georgia more after having a baby. Because I'm like, yeah, I need to know everything.
Shit, yeah.
Tell me everything. You're not allowed to do anything I don't know about. Like, I'm your best friend.
Yeah.
You're going to go to a local college and we're having lunch every day.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Are there ever moments when you're being Georgia that you catch yourself being you that you have to pull back on?
Totally. Like I would have a much more, it's generally where they're like, amp it up.
Yeah.
They're like that Georgia, like all of Georgia's reactions are, you know, to the 10th degree. They are amped up. And
You're
I'm
like, this bitch.
Yeah, I don't take as, exactly. Like very dramatic, very extreme.
Yeah.
Yes. So sometimes I have to remind myself, we got to kick this up into gear.
Wait, you did the Kind of Pregnant movie with Amy Schumer.
Oh, fun. I haven't seen that yet.
Who wasn't Molly Sims part of that?
Yes, she was one of our producers and she's in it.
Yes, she was on my podcast yesterday.
I
I
listened
love
to
her
it.
so much.
She's amazing.
You listened to
I listened
it?
to it. Of course I did.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Thanks. I love her so much. She is such a calming presence. I said it on
She's
the
so
podcast.
cool.
She's so cool.
Yeah, she just is so real
Yeah.
and so grounded but also a superstar and
Yeah.
like I know. When I occasionally like bump into her somewhere, it's my heart is singing because I feel like I could get like a really good hug and I'm like in a safe space and I'm like, oh my God, Molly's here.
I felt that the second she walked in here, I felt that. Like I told her, I said, you probably get this all the time, but like your energy, just even being, her presence was calming.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she really
And she
is.
made that movie happen. It was her son's
Adam Sandler?
teacher wrote it.
Yes.
Wow.
She brought the script.
Yes.
She brought it to life. To
Yes.
the
Wow.
surface. Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool.
Didn't Adam Sandler have to do with it too?
Yeah, it's a Happy Madison production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it so much. And Amy Schumer obviously was on my season of Bachelorette. And so her and I kind of became friends for a hot minute there. But she is just, what was it like working with Amy Schumer?
Amazing.
Yeah,
like she's
so
the
funny.
funniest person I've ever met. She like it's wild.
Yeah.
She's so savvy and so funny and like I feel like I got to learn so much from being on set with her.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And she's a mom. And that was like one of the most exciting revelations to get to confide in her and talk to her about it. And like that movie was my first gig back after having a baby. So I was so freaked out and didn't know what to expect. And like she was so reassuring and I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Such a good cast.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Who'd be your dream person to work with?
My dream person ever?
Yeah.
Julia Roberts.
Okay, iconic.
Good
I
one.
have
Good
to.
one.
I have to.
Yeah, good
I
one.
mean, that's a good one. Because I
I'm
read somewhere
desperate.
that you also love Sarah Paulson, who
I love her so much.
Me too.
I mean, we're surrounded by talent. Like I feel like that's why I watch so much TV. I'm so inspired by everything. Like
as a podcaster, I get freaked out to listen to other podcasts because I'm scared to like steal material by accident. And as comedians, but actors, you kind of don't really have to worry about that.
That's true. No,
Yeah. You just get to be the character
Everyone's
that they
doing
put
the
you.
same thing. It's just a different way of how you get there. But you can't. I guess you could like take someone's technique, but that might be helpful.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Should we ask her some rapid fire
Oh
questions?
my God, always.
Okay.
Okay, best advice you've ever received.
The cream always rises to the top.
What does that mean?
Like, be patient.
Oh,
It was too deep for us.
I was gonna be like, oh my God, yes, and then I was like, what?
Like, just patience. You know.
That's good. Actually, I do really like that. And again, I always feel bad for my listeners because I repeat myself so many times. But when you podcast twice a week, you're like, oh,
yeah.
But the patience is so important because I'm really learning to do that right now because it's the slowest that I've been in a hot minute. And I'm like, I need to just be patient because I don't always have to be like, what's next?
But it's hard, especially if you're like a workaholic and it feels good. Like, I could tell you love your work.
I do.
Yeah, it's
I
amazing.
care about it a lot. Okay.
That's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Just keep throwing papers on ramen. Okay, the role that you think changed your life.
I mean, obviously, Ginny and Georgia.
Yeah.
Like I'm so proud of everything I got to do before this, and I feel like it helped set me up for success where I am now. Like I wouldn't change anything, but nothing has shot into this stratosphere in the same way.
I'm sure you've answered this question 1,000 times, but like, what was the moment where you realized the show was like a pop culture?
Yeah, phenomenon.
Yeah, that's the word.
I mean, once it started coming out, like, and then the reactions to people talk. I mean, like Keke Palmer tweeting about it. Like it's like people talking about it.
Love Keke Palmer.
Like freaked us out.
Yeah.
We're like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Go-to comfort binge show aside from Below Deck.
Yeah.
Okay, go-to comfort binge. I mean, okay, like over this last weekend, it was Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yeah. Season 2 or 1?
2. I watched one in real
I'm
time.
not finished yet, but like, what are your thoughts on the show?
Yeah, seriously.
You guys, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh, yeah, okay.
She's not gonna watch it.
Yes, I am.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Proud of you.
because I just finished season 1 and I've interviewed a few of the girls and
proud
now
of
I'm
you.
invested. Yeah.
Well, the best part of it is that like the big drama at the end with maybe people not being, stepping outside.
Right.
Is that it's with someone else in the
know.
reality TV world of
that's wild.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think that's so funny. Like I just love how vulnerable they are. Like
I
they
agree.
are very, very vulnerable.
I agree.
I'm crying with them.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's fascinating, and all the dynamics of like trying to get back into mom talk and like how they go about it and the voting, and then Taylor's mom gets involved,
Yeah,
and
oh
like the
gosh.
drama just keeps.
Taylor's mom had a glow up too. What the hell?
She did.
But it's like the show doesn't stop when the season stops. Like
Yeah.
it's like
No,
a
now
year-round
it's like
show
the
with their
comments,
TikTok.
reading the
I'm like,
comments and TikTok.
Yeah, like
gosh.
it's not just for the show. Like obviously it's being produced, but like they're doing this on their TikTok now. Like it's crazy.
It is crazy.
Well, and I just love too how much I feel like they break the fourth wall really well, saying
Yes.
we are doing this because we're making money for our families.
Yeah.
I love that.
I do too. I love the honesty.
Yes.
Yeah. I think
and
it's
like
so important.
you go, girls. Yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And that's why I'm watching because I want to support you.
100%.
And I love how honest they are about their surgery too.
Yeah.
Yes.
The labia surgery. Get it. Celebrity that you've been the most starstruck by.
I quite literally bumped into Cate Blanchett.
Oh.
And I went,
Yeah.
and she went, your face. Because I was like, and I was like, I am in awe to be in your present. Like I just said a bunch of crazy things that probably didn't make any sense.
That's what I did too.
Like I was leaving and she was entering, and I was starstruck.
where were you?
I think I still am.
Yeah.
I was at like a BAFTA tea event.
Okay.
A what?
A BAFTA tea event. Like it was a party.
British
okay.
award something. I don't know. Stands
I was
for
gonna
something.
say, please don't ask me what the acronym stands for. As you were starting to say it, I was like, good, she knows.
Can't finish it. I just
Wait,
know.
what show are you binge watching?
Oh, I'm always watching something. Mormon Wives right now.
Yeah.
But like all the Bravo shows, like I wake up on like Tuesday Below Deck.
Yeah.
Wednesday The Valley. I'm like.
But did you do the pit? Everyone did the pit. They're like
I didn't do it. I don't
know.
the
It's
ER, the emergency room
But
one.
apparently it's amazing because it's very like
very
realistic.
good. Highly recommend.
Most Georgia Miller thing about you in real life.
Ooh. I mean, besides the fact that I said my daughter has to go to a local college and have lunch with me every day. I think. Oh God, it's the love. It's the passion and the love. It's the love for her kids. That's hands down. We're one and the same there.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it is that time of the pod where you have to confess something embarrassing to us.
Okay, what I was going to tell you guys is that for my 24th birthday, do you guys know the Magic Castle here in LA?
Yes.
Haven't been, but yes,
okay.
know about it.
I don't know. We were just obsessed. So we went through a phase in life. I lived near there. I don't know. My girlfriends and I got obsessed with the magicians and the magic of it
really
all.
cool.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like iconic Hollywood, whatever. So we go for my 24th birthday. It's my golden birthday.
Yeah.
So I was turned 24 on the 24th.
Happy birthday very soon. In like
know.
4 days.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I don't know. Long story short, we had a little too much champagne.
Yeah.
We started taking pictures of the magicians, talking to them during the show, and then we got banished. And then we are never allowed back at the Magic Castle.
Stop. You got kicked out of the Magic Castle?
Yeah, we got kicked out of the Magic Castle. And I've never been back.
Can you
But I
drink
think about
champagne
it.
in there?
Yes. It's part of the problem.
That
There's
is part of
all
the
these
problem.
cool little bars. It's so fun.
I feel like now I'm thinking I haven't been there.
You gotta go.
Okay, want to
Yeah, I haven't
But
been
don't take pictures and don't talk during the shows and be a good guest.
go? Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I like your version. It sounds fun.
It was a great time. We had a
It makes
blast.
for a great story. I'm
Yes.
trying to think of if I've ever been banned from somewhere. Yeah. I got banned from I think I've told this story on my podcast, but for those this could have been years ago. I got banned from a Cactus Club before getting a job at Cactus Club, which is, by the way,
That's
like
amazing.
an Earl's
It's the most
Cactus Club.
Kaitlyn thing ever.
Because I had sex on the sink and the sink fell off. But I was dating. It was with my boyfriend. He was the bartender.
Yeah.
That we were having sex on the. He didn't even get fired, and I got banned. Yeah.
Sexist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely was. And then I got hired for Cactus Club like years later, and I was like,
Full circle.
yeah, full
Not
circle.
sexist.
And now they sell my wine at Cactus Club, which is
Wait,
The
that's
best
the cherry
part.
on top.
Yeah, 100%.
That's amazing.
yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
I am so
My
thrilled to get
copina.
to be here. Adore you both, and thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh,
You
thank
have beautiful energy.
You really,
really
do.
do.
Oh,
Guys, I
God.
was so excited for this.
Me too.
Like, I felt like I already knew you, again, because I'm very familiar.
You're like, I've heard your sex noises, so I feel like I know you.